Hi everyone, it's Kechi, aka OBiGem. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification bell to be notified for all future videos. And if you like what you see, please do also hit the like button so I know I keep making content like this. So we are back with another episode of Growing Up Genki, and as you might have guessed, the family has decided to take a family hiking session together. It is Harvest Fest today, and they decided to get out the house and enjoy nature despite the fact that it is kind of rainy and overcast today, but everybody's kind of in the mood. As you can see, Hana's still pretty upset. She's been having a bad go of it at school. She's been having tense time with Kiyoshi constantly hitting up her phone, and also Hiro wanted to get out of the house to kind of take his mind off of the demotion. That's actually been really bugging him a lot, but they're trying to make the best of it. As you can see, they're taking some family photos now. There's Hana stringing up clothes, and they're all just trying to put on brave faces despite the fact that they're all going through things. Even Yume is kind of dealing with pregnancy pains from carrying her son, although she's probably the happiest out of all of them right now. Look at her in this photo here. She's even carrying Hiro in her arms. She's got some guns on her to be doing that. But you know, she's trying to keep a brave face despite the fact that she's finding this pregnancy a bit more difficult than when she was carrying Hana. And she's just been feeling a whole lot more pains from her growing belly, a whole lot more nausea from the pregnancy, food aversions, and all of that is a whole lot different than when she was carrying Hana. So they're going to be making wishes at the Tanzaku, and one of her wishes is that she sees some sort of relief for this during this pregnancy, and also some hope that the baby she's carrying is a son. And she wants the rest of the family to also make wishes too. Of course, they are going to be pretty private about their wishes because, you know, that's all part of the tradition. But of course, Hiro's going to make a wish that he starts to climb up the ranks again at work. And Hana is just really hoping that things stop being so tense and weird, and that she could start feeling like more comfortable and free. Right now, of course, she has her far-off dreams of being able to do things like climb the mountain, but right now she just kind of wants her normal to return. She hasn't felt like she has been in a normal place for quite a while, so she wants to get back to at least where she was before, where she could just be herself and not be nervous, and upset, and tense, and everything just weighed out of the world on her. There's Yume doing her wish. And she's already starting, it looks like, to look better as far as like hoping that this will bring some good times. But they're all going to head back to the house and have their Harvest Fest dinner together now that this hiking session is over. So now that they're back at the house, Hiro actually is coming to have like a little father-daughter conversation with Hana. Despite the fact that he has his own worries that he's been dealing with as far as his demotion, he has noticed that there's something a bit off about Hana. He can't really put his finger on it, so he's just like, you know, what's going on, baby girl? Like, are you okay? You just seem a little bit down. And Hana's still trying not to let on, so she's like, you know, Dad, you know, I'm just tired from school. There's just been a lot going on, and he's still kind of worried about her, but he doesn't really know quite what to do. So Hana kind of came out to watch her mother, and she's not going to talk to her about any of it, but she kind of is like quietly admiring her mom. She's like, Mom always has it so much together. Look at her, she always seems so proper, and sometimes I wish I could be like that. Just like have some cool confidence about me to be able to handle everything. She never complains, and she just seems to have it all together. And despite the fact that like I don't have any aspirations of becoming a homemaker when I grow up, I do kind of want to at least have that same temperament to me. So she's just like talking basic, like generic things with Mom, like, Mom, you know, what are you making? How are you feeling today? The baby kick it all? And you know, Yume just loves spending time with her daughter. She's glad that she's asking about her. She's like, I'm doing great, you know, everyth's going so well, and I don't know, I'm just so happy to be with everybody here on Harvest Fest and our family. Well, look, it looks like Kiyoshi has invited himself over, except it looks like he pivoted plans from talking to Yume about coming over and hanging out, and decided to hit up her dad. And because Hiro has absolutely no idea what's going on, he's like, sure, the Ito family is a respectable family, you can come over and spend Harvest Fest with us. So Hana's a little bit shocked now to see Kiyoshi here. She's like, what is going on? Like, I thought this would be one day that I'd be able to get away from him and be able to relax, and now here I am sitting across from the guy who just won't leave me alone. So it's a little bit awkward for her, but of course Yume and Hiro are still oblivious, so they're just enjoying their day, and they're like, this is great, like, Kiyoshi, how are you today? Like, how's Harvest Fest? What are you thankful for? Kiyoshi's like, same old. I'm so glad you guys invited me over, and I'm thankful for you guys having me at your table. And Hiro and Yume are really spreading this spirit. Like, Hiro's like, I'm thankful for my wife and my daughter, and Yume's like, the same for me. I'm thankful for my husband and my daughter and this unborn child that I'm carrying. I'm thankful for all of this, that we can have this house and this food. And Hana's just like, yeah, of course I'm thankful, although she, again, is pretty uneasy. She wasn't expecting to have Harvest Fest dinner with Kiyoshi, and now she's like very self-conscious and overthinking everything in her head. She's like, what is his deal? Like, why is he here? And he's not really even talking directly to her right now. He's talking to her parents. He's like, you guys are really cool. I love hanging out here, and I'm hoping that I can come over a whole lot more and get to know you guys more and hang out with you guys more. And Hiro and Yume are just, oblivious. But they have gone upstairs now, and now it's just Kiyoshi and Hana, and it's a little awk. So Kiyoshi's all like, so, I've been trying to hang out with you a bit more. Would you like to, do some stargazing? They said the skies will be pretty clear tonight, and Hana's a little bit like, I guess. I don't know. It's been raining, so I don't know how much clearer it could be. So she sat down a little bit, but the grass was wet, so she got back up. She's like, I don't think this is gonna work. I don't really think it's that clear outside. And Kiyoshi's like kind of like nervously laughing, like, yeah, you're right. I don't know what I was thinking. Like, we could stargaze another time. So she's just trying to keep it normal. She's like, so, like, you're always coming over, like, what is your family like? Like, what do you got going on in your life? He's like, same old. The conversation's a little bit weird and a little bit, like, stiff. And so she's not still able to get a read on, like, what is this? And Kiyoshi's just like, like, I go to the private high school around here. I'm a pretty big deal there. And she's like, okay, like, yeah, that sounds great, I guess, maybe. And he's like, what about your school? And she's like, it's like a normal school. And he's like, okay, cool. And she kind of drifted off. The conversation's like, this is kind of weird. I'm just gonna go to sleep, and I guess hopefully he'll show himself out. I don't know. Like, that whole encounter was weird. So who knows where this is going? We're just gonna have to keep watching and seeing. So here we are next day with Yume, and she is feeling fine this fine morning, watching some TV and just kind of relaxing after what she thinks is a very fruitful and successful Harvest Fest they had yesterday. But she had quite a time, and she's just hoping to relax and maybe tend to her garden today and catch up on housework stuff, maybe do some knitting, make some beanies, list some stuff on Plopsy. But she is just kind of enjoying the day and not really aware of, like, the stresses that her husband and her daughter have been going through as far as Hiro's demotion and Yume just, like, being freaked out all the way by Kiyoshi just hanging around. But it looks like her best friend, or new friend, Kimiko Nishiyama, has called her up and invited her over. So, as y'all remember from the last episode, Kimiko and Yume have become fast friends, and they kind of bonded over the fact that they're both mothers, and Yume felt an inclination to kind of bond with her neighbors who have families, since she is going to be having an addition, especially those who have young ones. As you can see, Kimiko has a little girl, and so she's like, she probably can have some wisdom to spread on to me, since it's been a minute since I've had like a newborn. That's so cute. Like, she invited her to rub her belly. That's so cute. She's all asking her, she's all like, Yume, so like, how are you? Like, how's your pregnancy going? And Yume is all like, truth be told, this one's been a little bit rougher than my first with my daughter Hana. Like, I'm just gonna let you know, like, it was a whole lot easier than this. It was far less stressful. I don't remember being quite as sick. And she's sharing some pictures of Hana, and she's looking at her and they're just enjoying each other's time. She's like, look, you know, sometimes certain pregnancies are rougher than others. Like, I had quite the morning sickness with my little girl, so like, she's giving her some pointers on how she can handle the morning sickness and kind of like handle her aches and pains. And Yume is just really appreciating Kimiko's guidance and just letting her know how she can handle this pregnancy. And she's really appreciating this new friendship. Like I said before in the last part, like, Yume's just been used to handling house stuff and being a homemaker in general, and not being out and about and like really being like any type of socialite. So it's very refreshing for her that she's kind of found a kindred spirit, like a twin flame in Kimiko, that she can kind of share and motherhood together and have a life outside the house. So I'm really happy for her that she's forged this relationship, and Yume is really looking forward to getting to know the family more and getting to just become a part of their lives as much as she wants them to be a part of hers. That's so cute. So Yume is actually interacting with Kimiko's little daughter, Ami. She's just getting to know her a little bit. She's all like, hi there, little Ami. She's actually gonna go in now, though, and just get to know Kimiko's husband a little bit more and just understand a little bit more about him. Since she is mostly friends with Kimiko, they became fast friends. She doesn't actually know too much about her husband or like what his vibe is, so she's just kind of feeling him out a little bit here. And well, from all intents and purposes, he seems like a nice guy. But she's actually getting a bit hungry, and her pregnancy aches and pains are getting to her something fierce. So she's not actually able to like really absorb or take in too much of what Kimiko's husband is saying. She's hoping to maybe get to know him better another time, but like for right now, she's probably going to head home and rest her feet and catch up with her own family. So Hiro is back from work, and as you can see, he is feeling very tense. It was already bothering him that he got demoted at work, but now he's very stressed out because it seems like his doing that magazine article ruffled a whole lot of feathers at his workplace, and it's like nothing he can do there can get him back into the higher-ups' good graces. He tried doing some karaoke and he just embarrassed himself. He's been trying to collaborate with his coworkers, but it's like nobody's wanting to bite at all. And he even stayed late at work, and that didn't really get him any more brownie points. He's just really like upset and frustrated right now because like, I thought doing that article would show the higher ups that I have initiative, and it would kind of give me some bonus points to move up the ladder a bit faster, but all it did was get me a demotion. Now it feels like I'm going to be like stuck at the same level forever, and we have this baby on the way and we can barely afford our bills, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do. So he just feels like he's between a rock and a hard place, and he is kind of desperate right now. He's all like, what am I going to do? Like, what am I going to tell Yume? Like, how are we going to be able to afford to take care of this baby? And Yume is really not happy with him right now either, because he keeps staying late and she feels like she's had a million hot pot dinners by herself. So I don't know what's going to go on with them, but we're gonna leave it here. Thanks guys for watching. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, and of course stay dazzled. I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Face, girl, you told me that's what you needed. Lied to my face, yeah, 'cause you were coward and that was easy.